Hey there everybody, Cindy Hartzell with Hartzell Confidence-Based Horsemanship, and I on Saturday tried to do a training video with Dakota, my main partner, and when I was in the saddle she started displaying behaviors that were telling me she was having some kind of soreness. So today I brought out one of my favorite people that does body work and saddle. She keeps my saddle fitting up to par for my horses, is Donnis. And Donnis, can you tell me and everybody watching what you found in Dakota that was leading her to tell me in the saddle she was uncomfortable?
Okay, so I'm going to explain first what I would normally get for a regular pattern. So the first thing you want to develop is lift, round, and drive. Usually I see a couple of lines of lift and a couple of lines going this way and about 8 spots here, which is a good working pattern that you would see on a horse that was doing its job but not overworking anything. So you can see this young horse in developing strength has maximized her ability to function in that way. So once you get this part overworked, then you start seeing them dragging themselves forward with their front legs to help take some of the strain off of the back. Once you get this, you see the lift here, you see the leg working, and that shows you that they're lifting the withers and they're actually lifting the leg and placing it instead of, if there was a pressure issue under the saddle, they would drop that shoulder and just swing the leg forward instead of using it in this way. So once again, a little bit more activity here than I would like to see. So in looking at what we've got going here, here's how deep she's working under the saddle. And notice that her saddle area is completely clear, no pressure there at all. And when you look here, usually this work in the gluteal stops around right about here. So she's got some extra stuff there. And a diagonal here, which is not a normal thing. So we're going to turn the horse around and we're going to look at the reason why this horse might have been biting at Cindy's right leg to tell her that she had some additional problem there. So
Perfect.
that's where we're at right now. And so here we go.
We're going to turn her around and probably move across the yard so that Donnis can keep her standing with a light tie.
Okay, so now looking at this side, you'll begin to see that there's a little bit of something different. So we've got this area, and you notice that the normal lift location carries all the way to the top of the wither here. And it is pretty consistent that you see this going up. She's working almost exactly even side to side. So that would tell me that she was working in balance until some recent event that she put stress here. And you look here at the point of the elbow, which is the attachment for the muscle structure that moves the scapula. And so that is a tendinous area that can be easily considered like a sprained ankle or something like that. I don't think that she's at that degree, but when you start seeing that there's an issue there, that is a reminder that you need to address that in some way. So looking from here back, you notice that she's working in a balanced way. I put this line here so you can see that from the other side. She's got a lot less work. The lines are less and they're further apart. The points are further apart and they end where they normally do. So, and here, she doesn't have quite as much activity here as she had on the other side. So that tells you that this diagonal is responding to this, and it tells you how much that diagonal is responding to this. And it's basically these two things that I think are an issue for her. And so that is a reason why this horse would be saying, on my right side, Cindy, bite, 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 you've got an issue that you need to look at a little bit more closely. And so what we did, or what I did, is I went back after I did my session to see how much is still there. How much were we able to resolve this issue? So you can see the yellow. I've got one line here. I've got one up here, couple down here, and a half dozen up here. So this, we're gonna check this again tomorrow. And we may even do a video of what happens when you turn the horse out, what redevelops when she actually uses these areas. Because you know, if you go out and get a massage, you feel great on the table, but then if you go and work out the next day, you still have those sore spots when you get done doing that. So this is kind of a work in progress to just see how much we have resolved and how much of it stayed gone. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Also, before we end, Donnis, can you just kind of briefly explain what you mean by when you treated her, the treatment that you did?
I use and I've been doing this for about 35 years, is I use red light therapy, which is deemed photopuncture. So you're looking at the nervous system in a way with a magnified beam of light to address those issues. These are actually, my scanner shows up as active nerves. And so you use the red light therapy to address those active nerves and release the issues that they're showing that they need help. The other thing that I use is random vibrational sound. And sound therapy is a new thing that's just emerging, and I've been using it now for about 1.5 years. And as you can see, my scan results are actually quite good. I'm looking at, even in the injured parts, overall about 90% resolution. And so I'm pretty happy with that combination. I also use a pulsed electromagnetic field, and I use straight magnets if I'm working on the legs. So I have a whole range of things depending on what I'm seeing as what I think will help the most.
Perfect. And just in closing, everybody, I want to share with you that when I got Dakota, or she was returned back to me, she was in a huge degree of discomfort. She could not carry a saddle. She tried to run out from underneath it. She would not carry me. And with the help of Donnis coming in and helping us find out where these problems were and kind of relieving some of the inflammation and discomfort, she freed her up enough that Mickey Doyle could come in, and he's a chiropractor, and adjust her. And then Donnis comes back in after the adjustment and helps work on her body to help her body to alleviate some of that inflammation from those muscles being out and then being adjusted, the spine being adjusted, and then the muscles being inflamed again. So,
and then the saddle fit.
And right, I was going to get to that. Then she came in because Dakota was being ridden in an English saddle that did not fit her properly. And I'm a Western rider. Donnis came in and helped me immensely to get this saddle fitting her correctly through a special pad she uses and all of this treatment she scans to make sure there's no pressure points. And because of it, she helped me get Dakota trusting the saddle. Dakota would not even trust a saddle to be coming anywhere near her, to me being able to ride her in a way that we are now engaging her and developing her muscular structure and the way she carries herself more balanced. So that's what's going on with Dakota. Donnis is one of my main support team members that helps me keep my horses fit. So we are going to do another video tomorrow, and if you have any questions for Donnis or you want to know how to get a hold of Donnis, please comment below and we will get you two connected. Thank you so much, Donnis.
You're welcome.